GM. So trade of the day, I'll just do a quick one. I'm going to look at Pepe. So Pepe's starting to show some life. Frog season. And it's because Ethereum's showing some life, of course. And what you want to see now is just some follow through on this. So what I'm watching to see here is a bit of a. I'm going to see it here now. There we are. We've had a nice breakaway candle breaking off the lows by Pepe. Pushed up into resistance, but that's a solid 4-hour close with volume, big volume candle. So I'll be looking at a consolidation around the 1 hour next, whenever that may come, and watching the 1 hour bands. So whether it pushes higher, drops back, who knows? I'm watching for that to come next. It's also a 6-hour candle. It's also a 12-hour candle. So some really nice impulse there by Pepe off the lows. So exact same thing. If it's going to trend up, then it won't go back below the red line. It'll probably consolidate sideways into the bands, hold those, and start to trend up and actually follow a trending path. Depends what happens with the market overall. If there's going to be a deeper correction coming, if Bitcoin drops back towards 40, you're going to see a lot of these initial pumps fail on alts, right? But that's not necessarily a bad thing either. This is the beginning of the bottom, I believe, for Pepe. It doesn't have to mean that FOMOing into this pump is a good idea, very rarely. So let's imagine Bitcoin goes back to 41. That would take Pepe back down and probably sweep those lows, right? And then it would start its grind up and never stop. It hasn't really had a shakeout. It's had more of a decline. It's the same as ARB. And the one you want to be looking at now are your Ethereum alts, right? ARB has done the same thing. Nice strong breakout. Like there's a 12-hour breakout. So what you'd be looking at with a 12-hour breakout is a 4-hour consolidation. So I'll be watching ARB, the next whatever. If the bands catch up and it consolidates at the 4-hour, boom, in on ARB. So I'll be looking to trade all these. And it's all led by Ethereum having a move against Bitcoin, which isn't even a very big move. It shows you kind of, at least short term to me, it shows me the market is a little bit over eager. Because when Ethereum looks like that, which looks good, looks fine, ETH BTC is starting to show a little bit of life, right? But certainly not, right? We're not in up only yet. But I do think this is probably the low because there was a lot of toxic sentiment on ETH in the last few days. BTC looks like this, right? Where BTC is kind of strong-ish, but hanging over the edge of a cliff and close to, with plenty of room to flush. I wouldn't necessarily want to see Ethereum. Let me put it this way. Very simple. Bitcoin is at resistance, okay? And just this path that I've drawn, this exact path. When Bitcoin's at resistance and it could do this, right, very easily, I don't think you want to be aping into Ethereum and Ethereum-based alts, because when Bitcoin's at resistance, if Ethereum's going to outperform, it's going to weaken Bitcoin, which is going to make Bitcoin more likely to do this. Understand? The time to really look at it is if Bitcoin goes down here and then we bounce and Ethereum bounces stronger, right? So Bitcoin drops to there, bounces up to 43, but Ethereum makes a new high on its chart. That is all systems go. Now, you don't have to wait for Ethereum to make a new high. If you want to buy ETH or ARB or Pepe or any of these ETH-related coins right now, sure, take your entries based on what I said. Use the swing trading masterclass, use whatever. But for me personally, I still think Bitcoin's going to go down here because there's a gap. There's a build-up of longs. We're not going to get ETFs, I don't think, unless we get them today, which seems to be pretty unlikely. Maybe, but it seems unlikely. So it thinks Bitcoin is going to drop after Bitcoin's next drop. Whether that pullback is to here, I don't know. Whether it just pulls back into here. After Bitcoin's next actual decline, which is lower highs, lower lows on a 1 hour chart even, watch for it beginning to bounce. That's the time to get in on ETH. That's the time to get in on ARB and whatever. Because if Bitcoin dropped back there, you would see Ethereum drop back down to maybe this level, right? And you see ETH coming down there, but then ripping way harder. That's where you want to be looking at ETH, right? Maybe it goes higher from here, sure. But even if it goes way lower, all you're looking at is, does it bounce harder than Bitcoin? Same as ARB, same as Pepe, same as ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Wamasonic Tenenu, same as Optimism, same as any ETH related alt that you're looking for. And you want to know ETH related alts? It's very, very simple. Go to CoinGecko, go to ETH. Just go to the ETH ecosystem. And it doesn't mean all of these are going to pump. But what you should do is look at the ones that are doing best in the last 24 hours, because that's when ETH has done well. So ETH is up. And if you can rank these by 24 hour, right? So Teller. Oh, I hadn't even looked at this today. Absolutely flying. What a good trade, huh? Got in at 124. Got saved by my whiskers. And there we are. Back to all-time high. So this is all-time high now, right? Because all-time high was the blue line. So it wicked above it. It's now holding above it again. DWF manipulation, GM. And so here we go. Teller, Arbitrum, Pepe, Biconomy. Felfet's going to like that. Axelar, 1 inch, Loop Ring, Frax, DYDX, Polygon, Graph. I wouldn't include DYDX because it's not on Ethereum anymore. I would take that out separate. But here you go, like ARB, Pepe. I mean, to me, they're the two best. ETH, Beta, Optimism as well. Optimism is just generally stronger than ARB. But ARB will probably play catch up at some point. So ARB and Pepe are the two coins to look at for me on the next dip. Not right now, but you know that if ETH's gonna outperform Bitcoin, then the path is set. You just have to wait until some short-term leverage chasers get flushed out and then ride the strongest one. So just watch these. Watch when they pull back. You should see them stronger than others, right? Maybe Pepe pulls back 10% from the highs on a big correction, but doesn't make new lows. That's really strong if you see other coins down here. So keep that in mind. I don't think there's really any rush. I don't think the market's going to run away on you. You know, it always feels like it's going to run away on you, but it almost never does. So that's it. GM. See you later on the live stream. 5 p.m. UTC, casual Fridays. GM.